This is the remaining of my house, basically, yeah. This used to be my house. This used to be my home. Yeah. These are the remaining. These are the remaining of my house now. These are the remaining of my house. Mina mandla ami nje wonke aphelile ba njengoba la nginalutho. I've got, I mean, nothing. Konke kuphelile. Aphela nabo bengisizayo abantu ngapha. Yeah, basically asinalutho njengamanje. Nazi ingubo zala ekhaya. Asinalutho nje. We've got nothing. We've got nothing.
Through the CCM, the Department of Basic Education, the Department of Social Development, as well as Sanac Civil Society, put together an application led by Sanac to the Global Fund to try and relieve the impact of the floods in this province. I think we all saw that the province was severely affected after COVID, affected by the looting, affected by not just one round of floods, but two. So Global Fund was kind enough to give us 5 million rands. And that money has been used to buy uniforms for girls and boys. It's been used to buy dignity packs, and it's been used to buy stationery. And the dignity packs for the girls includes the menstrual cups, as was being described earlier. But what also it's enabled us to do is to support the learners in terms of their mental health. Because what we saw is that these same learners lost their parents during COVID. They lost their friends. They lost their family members even during the floods. And the kind of mental health support that they need sometimes is not just counseling. So our learner support agents say to work in the schools, they are able to then identify the learners, go to communities, support the families, but also link them to their nearest healthcare facilities so that they are able to get access to treatment where treatment is needed.
Today is Nanda, Teguini, Emawoti, which is one of the areas that were very badly affected by the floods. We then decided that now that we have the floods, and we decided to reconstruct KZN. And amongst the reconstruction is to actually ensure that we restore children so they can go back to school without being bullied because they don't have anything. So we made sure that we get help from different partners, and thanks to Global Fund for making the resources available. We made sure that the uniforms that we are giving out today to 60 schools, 1,700 children would benefit, not only with school uniform but with dignity packs as well. That is going to be lasting them at least another 3 months, since a lot of them are still staying in the shelters, awaiting for them to be placed.
I think we all know the impact that the floods have had with Fundazwe, KwaZulu-Natal, as well as the Sasempo Koloni. The far-reaching consequences are multifaceted and complex. And as I stand before you, I'm quite certain that we actually don't know the full extent of the damage to people's lives, the infrastructure, and in particular, the mental health. I would like us to stand up, observe a moment of silence for those that were lost, and we were able to let rest, but also keep in mind that we still have over 40 families whose children and adults. May we please stand up and just bow our heads in remembrance. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. So as I mentioned, the impact of the floods following COVID, I think KZN and Gauteng then had the service delivery protests or the looting, and then KZN and Eastern Cape also had the floods. But the major impact in terms of the number of lives lost and the number of people that are still missing is huge in this particular province. And I think Sanac, as the multi-sector coordinator of HIV, TB, and STIs in this country, takes its role very seriously in making sure that access to prevention, care, and treatment services not interrupted. So as can be expected, we are here because young people are hardest hit by HIV infection. We've got young people in the school, young girls and young boys, but we know that young girls in particular are the worst hard hit. Many have been displaced and left destitute, and some have had their schooling interrupted. Others have been left orphaned, whilst some are still missing, as I mentioned earlier. As the highest national coordinating body established to coordinate the multi-sector response, it is our duty to act during these times, Sanac. So we are committed to make the efforts to assist the country to reach the goals of eliminating HIV as a public health threat by 2030.
And that then calls on us to make sure that as healthcare workers, we have the ability not just to screen or to provide counseling, but also to treat where the mental conditions are very severe, because mental health has really become rife.
I-Global Fund le ku adolescent and young people program ibhekene nendaba ze-HIV, teenage pregnancy, nokuthi ingane zamantombazane zihlale esikoleni, nokuthi ithuthukise amathuba omnotho ezindaweni zasemakhaya, nokwehlisa umthelela we-gender based violence emakhaya nasey'koleni, ne-bullying. I-bullying is part of i-violence ngoba bazoxwaya ngesimo ongeke wasishintsha sona, bakuhleke bakubhulishe. Sibona iy'ngane zikhomitha i-suicide ngoba engaphatheki kahle esikoleni. So i-Global Fund ke ibhekene nalokho, kanti-ke siwumnyango futhi wemfundo eyisisekelo, siney'nhlelo ey'ningi ezilwisana ne-bullying ey'koleni. Sizokhumbula indaba eyenzeka eLimpopo lapho kuhlekwa ingane ishaywe amanye amantombazane, ingane yentombazane ishaywe amanye amantombazane. Siyasibone lezi zinto ku social media, and ikhona futhi enye i-bullying esiyibiza ngokuthi i-cyber bullying. Bakuthuke ku social media or umuntu akufihle maybe uphathekile so ujike eceleni kwendlela uyazithuma akubone akuthatha ifoto ayithumele usuyasaba ukubhekana nabantu ukuthi bazothini ngoba babona umzimba wami unqumo, so decide ukuthatha impilo yakho. I'm saying, my children, don't take your life no matter what, no matter what, ngoba labo bantu abahleka abanye abantu iduphunga bona, labo abahleka omunye umuntu, ikakhulukazi mabazokuhleka ngesici ongazidalanga ongazenzanga bakuhleke ngaso ungezwe ubuhlungu ukuthi sengithatha impilo yami. Qhubekela phambili uphile uyitshela ukuthi laba ngizobaphatha ngelinye ilanga ngoba bona abaconcentrate ey'ncwadini zabo, baconcentrate ekuhlekena ezinye iy'ngane.
Sifisa ukubonga kuma-social partners ethu afike nongqongqoshe bethu abakhona phakathi kwethu abasipha iy'mpahla ezinhle kangaka. Okumnandi enhlizweni zethu nje abaholi, wonke umfundi kulezi iy'kole abayibalile uzothola lolu sizo okukhombisa ukuthi akukhethwa bala la muntu. Ngalawo magama sithi izandla zidlula ikhanda kongqongqoshe, njengoba nithunywe uhulumeni wabantu ophethwe umbuso wabantu, umbuso owafelwa abantu abaningi. Qhubekani nenze umsebenzi. Ngqongqoshe wethu uMesizulu ngempela kwathi makuphela iy'khukhula wangena yonke inanda lonke ithe uzibambele inyawo zakho kwezinye iy'ndawo zasiphuma sesikhuluma utsheka sijaha kunzima. Indlela owasebenza ngayo impela imbokodo njengoba ihleli la siyazi ukuthi zizoshintsha zigijime impilo zabantu. Siyabonga kakhulu sithi uJehova nigcine akusibekele nibe more stronger noma ama-attack khona njengembokodo, kodwa we know ukuthi nina nizobabana nilethe intuthuko abantu. Siyabonga kakhulu.